policy innovation and provide resources to execute the policies. In practice, Selangor can develop and champion family-friendly initiatives that go beyond federal minimums and pioneer progressive practices, which later on can inform and influence national level policies. One interesting part about Selangor is it is the most industrialized and demographically diverse state. Models that highlight the national level findings, Selangor is also expected to be the first state in Malaysia to reach aging population status. Now, with this particular initiative, Selangor can provide a potential template for Malaysia's broader transformation towards sustainable and equitable and inclusive work culture. Now, Malaysia's federal government already made a strong international commitments to international labor standards, aligning it with the ILO Convention 183 on maternity protection. However, one particular exception is that workers or employees under contract are not subjected to the law. At the state level, Selangor complements this with the Selangor Women's Policy 2024-2026, which emphasizes that family-friendly work practices are essential for gender equality and economic participation. Under the strategic social inclusion and well-being, Selangor promotes policies that strengthen and expand access to. Now, our research, right, in Selangor state subsidiaries. So the focus of this research is basically on state-owned agencies. Yeah, and we want to evaluate the level of readiness of shared parental leave in the state of Selangor among the employees, and also the effect of flexibility on well-being and productivity, so that we can actually offer, right, and propose any kind of policy recommendation that sought to move beyond theory, which can strengthen both social well-being of employees and also organizational performances. Now, many literatures have discussed about the advantages of flexible working arrangements, which improve mental health and also productivity level, and also flexible working arrangements and shared parental leave are found to basically make fatherhood more prominent in family caretaking role, right? And also overly long maternity leave can actually become an obstacle for women in their career. Therefore, that these particularly strengthen, right, the discrimination that women face in the workforce. I would like to share the stage with you.
So much, Dr. Rabiah. I will present our overview for our research. So basically, we did a survey, online survey, to employ our state subsidiaries, and also we did a focus group discussion with Yawas, Media Selangor Reserve. These are the state subsidiaries with a different sector. For example, Yawas is actually a child advocacy company, and Media Selangor is a company who actually do a lot of advocacy in terms of upfronting the issues, especially in Selangor. And tourism is actually tourism companies. So we got a lot. We got for about 165 respondents, and the period of time of the research is between March until July 2025. And the ethics approval is according to IIUM, the International Islamic University, IREC 2025 to 2050. So this is our respondent profile. So in female and male employees, we got a lot on the female employees, and most of them, 77% are married, and also majority age is between 26 and 51 years old. So 70% of the respondents have more than one dependents, regardless of marital status. Some got dependents, for example, they have parents to be taken care of, and also diverse industry, the education, social services, and also finance. So this is one few of the findings that we could share in terms of flexible working hours. 79% find flexibility is important and very important. I think this is also resulted of the post-pandemic era that with I think the increasing of using digitalization and AI. So I think in terms of having people come to the office and log in 9 to 5, so we think that flexibility is very important for them. And also 68% find they have the flexibility, it will increase the productivity. And 64% dislike the traditional 9 to 5 schedule. Like I mentioned, maybe I think this is our findings is because of post-pandemics. I think the 9 to 5 schedule is not the only option of the employees to do the work. And this is also the employees' productivity perspective. Because for them, they are more productive in managing their own time, and they can avoid the traffic and also reduces stress. This is also related to the mental well-being, and flexibility can boost creativity and balance. So in terms of employee perspective, I guess most of them think having a flexibility and also allow them to have the autonomy and creativity makes them can have the work-life balance. So some of them think that they can manage family and personal needs more effectively and can handle schools, childcare, and family responsibilities in terms of the caregiving roles. And also they can have like better time management and planning the daily routines of the work. It is also less stressful, and the work environment and improving overall well-being, because in terms of when it comes to work, mental well-being and productivity, these are also related to the employees. In terms of challenges to flexible, we also found that there are challenges of when it comes to flexible working arrangement in terms of the communication gaps and also the lack of trust between the managers and the employees, between the department itself, and also the unclear guidelines. So what kind of guidelines or what kind of SOPs that the companies has when it comes to flexible working arrangement. And they also suggested that the standard operating procedures must have in place, especially for the companies, and also the support management to understand what kind of flexibility that the employee needs. Another findings is about shared parental leave. I think one of our research objectives is actually to look forward what the employees think about the shared parental leave. Just a background, in Malaysia, we don't have shared parental leave. We only have maternity leave for female employees and paternity leave for male employees, like what Dr. Rabiah presented just now. So for them, they believe that 70% believe it improves workplace equality because the gap is too big between the female and male employees in terms of shared parental leave. And they also believe that we need longer paternity leave for the fathers, especially to have the fathers figure at home and to support the family itself. And because it's also important for the maternal recovery, shared parenting, and also family bonding. So 7 days is not enough, which is under our Employment Act in Malaysia. So another perspective terms of father figures, like you mentioned, father figures is very important when it comes to not only supporting the wife when they have maternity leave, when they just had a new baby, but also in terms of supporting emotional, physically, and the caregiving itself at home. So I think the idea of shared responsibility is something that is very important, especially cultural wise in Malaysia. Caregiving is only put on the woman itself, regardless of the woman is working or not. So I think the fathers or the men male responsibilities on the caregiving is very important. And this is uh, we only have to you only have 7 days of paid maintenance for other female employees. Yeah, I think this is in terms of benefits of shared leave. The higher job satisfaction and loyalty to the company. So this is also can reduce the work retention, especially for the especially among female employees. So this is the insights for our focus group. There are few things that we covered in terms of flexible work and work satisfaction, best performance, instead of time-based performance, and also inclusion for all employees. So the